Computer, look up Nikki Haley naked. Open parentheses, not entirely naked. If I see her bush, I think my face will melt like that Indiana Jones movie. Last Crusade, I think. Close parentheses. Be sure to close the parentheses. If you keep them open, we're all gonna die. Oh, we're recording. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Von Gino Predicament. Direct emission. I'm emitting at you. It's Wednesday. I'm yelling in public. A little later than I normally do these. It's almost dark. The sun is coming down, both on the city of Columbuston, Ohio, and also on the American Empire. We'll talk more about that in a second. But it's not because it's winter and the sun sets earlier. We've outlawed seasons here in Columbuston. We don't do those anymore. We've decided they're gay. It is, of course, due to the giant cloud of asbestos smoke coming out of our asbestos smoke factory. We don't make asbestos there. We take other people's asbestos, make smoke out of it. Why? I'm not sure, but the Koch brothers continue writing checks to the city council. Now, I can't talk about that. We don't have time. There's too many other news stories to cover. The news continues happening at a clip. We have had, just today alone, upwards of 7 politics occurring. First off, the New Hampshire primary. Let's talk about it. Nikki Haley, someone I don't care about. I've never Googled her. Don't worry about it. Who cares? She has lost. Suck it. Eat my ass. I'll see you at the crossroads. She's lost despite the sheer amount of Democrats switching parties to vote for her. It's disgusting. It's immoral. It is illegal. And apparently it is completely legal. It's not at all illegal. If anyone tells you it's illegal, they're lying to you, and you don't have to listen to them. Ever. It's something called an open primary, okay? The open primary, it's a bit like an open marriage, which is to say, no matter what political party you're registered with, you're allowed to jack off in a voting booth. I don't make the rules, but anyway, Donald Trump, I don't support him. I'm not MAGA. But he's on his way to winning every single state in the union, and they'll probably make him president of Europe as well. That's how hard he's going to win. I guarantee it, 100%. And, you know, if it doesn't happen, no refunds. Next news story. Next! Texas has declared civil war. Now, I have often spoken about the civil war we are on the precipice of in this country. Any day now. Any day now, I've said for a long time. The guns are out and the country's bifurcating, which is a word I've known about for a long time. Didn't look it up today. Well, it's happening, guys. We all know Joe Biden has gone down to the southern border himself with a bullhorn and just gone, why don't you come on in? No malarkey. Why don't you come hang out? You can go anywhere you want. Here's a free Obama phone. No malarkey. And they came here and they've actually discovered a lot of malarkey here. But you know who ain't taking that malarkey? Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who is in a wheelchair, and so we don't have to respect him. It's not required that you, quote unquote, hand it to him. So he's decided that if Joe Biden won't let them put razor wire up around a fence of a park or something, I don't know, I haven't really read too much about it. But the general gist of it is that the dude in the wheelchair is clowning on the old asshole, and that's funny. But with all this news happening, here's the most important thing. Go woke, go broke. Also choke, and sometimes toke. Not a joke. Sports Illustrated. A very, very important magazine for athlete appreciators and masturbators. Not that those are necessarily two distinct groups. Athletic appreciators and masturbators. The Venn diagram isn't completely a circle, but what's interesting is the people outside of the middle. Check those people out. Anyway, Sports Illustrated, they used to do a swimsuit issue. Everyone knows this. They would photograph women in swimsuits, okay? And then in the 70s, men would jack off to it. But just this past year, they put in their Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, Kim Petras, a biological male who, I believe, has had the ding-a-ling, the whole thing. Ding-a-ling cut off. They got a new thing going on. I don't fully understand it. I haven't gotten access to the surgical records yet, despite consistently emailing the hospital. But they put them on the cover, a biological male identifying as a woman. And even worse, they put on the cover Martha Stewart, an old woman identifying as someone I'd like to have sex with. And that's disgusting. Sports Illustrated, after this, has declared bankruptcy. They fired all of their staff members, except for one lone janitor who's just hanging out in the offices having a goddamn ball right now. You ever see the movie Blank Check? He's doing that in the Sports Illustrated offices. He's having a lot of fun down there. He's enjoying himself. They fired everybody else. And there are some who are saying it is a result of all the wokeness they've let infect their magazine. Could also be due to the fact that there's so many more things to masturbate to now. When they're like, hey kids, you want to see a chick in a bathing suit? You can go. I can literally see full like speculum photos of Sydney Sweeney if I want. So I don't know the true answer, but ultimately civil war is coming. It's going to devour us all. And if you have a copy of that Martha Stewart centerfold, maybe send that on over to me. Thanks, guys.